This man, Kyle Walker, has had enough at Milan. Milan, since he's gotten there, have gotten eliminated in the round of 16 by Feyenoord. And the funny thing is, they went out and got Santi Jimenez, who was Feyenoord's best player, and made him their striker, and they still couldn't beat him, right? The manager fumbled those two legs. And then Milan is actually mid-table at the moment. Kyle Walker said, enough of this Italian life, man. City was better, man. City was better. I took it for granted. I could see myself returning. It seems like his problem was with Pep, though. But, he was even seen telling João Felix, pass the ball, mate. To a Portuguese telling him, you're not Messi. Nobody's Messi. Just let go of the ball. He's had enough when he's telling him that. But to be honest, you've got your own João Felix at Man City with Phil Foden, considering I've never seen a player, fall off of the face of the earth at 24 years old. He's moving like he's 44 years old. I see better footballing skills from Iniesta in the Chinese league at 40 years old than Phil Foden at 24. He's absolutely washed. So I don't know. You got to really pick your poison here, deciding between if you want your creative player being Joao Felix or Phil Foden. It's literally the battle of mid there. Considering, 4 years ago, these two guys were either valued or being bought for over 100 million. But Pep Guardiola was probably what really moved the needle here for Kyle Walker, because he's heavily linked, and Milan are dreaming, absolutely dreaming of Pep Guardiola. And then, De Zerbi is more of their backup plan. But Pep Guardiola to Milan actually makes complete sense if you really think about it, if they actually go out and invest in the squad. If Milan's owners say, you know what, Pep, we're actually going to invest in you and invest in your plans, do what you want, here's 150 million, I could definitely see Pep Guardiola going. Now the thing is, at Man City, there's nothing more to prove. All he can do is salvage this season by getting Champions League football. But then if you go out and win the Premier League next season, or the Champions League with Man City, it's gonna look like, you've already done it, mate. You've already dominated this league. You broke all these records. It's kind of just like you're adding, you've got your tank of gas is 3/4 full and you filled it up all the way. But if you go to Milan and you go out there and win the Serie A or win some sort of European competition, win something significant, you saw how big it was for Zlatan in his career when he went back to Milan and won the Serie A. Now imagine you go out there and you win the Champions League after that long drought they've had. Because you have some players there. You do. You have Rafael Leao. You got Theo Hernandez. You could say Mike Nan is all right. You've got Reindeers, basically. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing it. But you've got that guy. He's a decent little footballer. Santi Jimenez, like I said. You have Christian Pulisic. He's familiar with them in the Premier League. There's a couple decent ballers there. To be honest, Milan just kind of lack a foundation, in my opinion. They need a partner there in the midfield, and they need a couple center backs, and I think they'd be all set. Because center backs wise, it's not that great of quality, and that's why they're always getting, scored on, because their center back pairing is very weak. Now, if you come in, you get your two center backs, Milan buys them, and you run it with Pep, then you might be able to challenge Inter. But at the moment, the way the foundation's put down, it's not looking good. But it's quite possible, considering his contract. He extended it for a year. He's got an option left. He could definitely decline it. I think Pep Guardiola's kind of looking for that new challenge or retirement. He's flirted with international football for a while now, and I think Milan would be a little bit more sense, considering he's yet to manage in the Italian league. And if he could go out there and win, have some sort of success with Milan like Jose Mourinho had with Inter, then definitely there's going to be a lot of conversations of him being the greatest manager of all time. And I think that would actually move it for people like me, who I don't believe Pep Guardiola is the best manager of all time. But if he were to go to Milan and end up winning the league and the Champions League with Milan, I think there's no debate. So career-wise and legacy-wise, it makes a lot of sense for Pep to go there. If I were Pep, I would rather go to Milan than another year at City. And if he wants to do international football, that's still better than City. But anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos. Let me know in the comments down below, what would you do if you were Pep Guardiola? Would you stay at City? Would you go to Milan? Or would you flirt with, or would you go and pursue international football? But anyways, thank you guys for watching.